So we're going to do a little autolyse here. So let's pop the light on there. Got 350 grams of water, so that's all the water in the recipe other than what we're going to put in later. That's in within the starter. Then we've got 500 grams of flour. That's it. That's all we're putting in at the moment. Because this is just going to mix together and autolyse, which basically means it just gets the enzymes going in the flour. This is the Sunmix Evolution or Evo 6. It's got a 6 kilogram dough capacity and it will mix right down to 600 grams of dough. I'm just going to leave it on 50 RPM and off we go. That will do us. Come back in 30 minutes, let that do its thing. Right, so let's come back to this. This has been autolysing. Let's have a look. Just a rough mix of water and flour. About half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. So now, 16 grams salt, that's 3%. And then we're going to pop our sourdough starter in. This is nice and lively. See if you can hear the noise. Put it near my mic. You can hear the gas. It's risen up. I'm going to pop 200 grams. It's quite a lot of starter, but you want quite a fast rise on a baguette. You don't want to spend days proofing them. There we go. That is our 200, 230 actually. By the time we've got a bit stuck to the jug, it'll be about 200. There we go, that's in the mixer. So we'll pop this on now. We will set the speed to, I'm going to go to about 160. We'll set that mix in. Let's shuffle you around so you can have a look. Switch this. There we go. You can watch this come together. Right, so let's crank it up and you'll gradually see it come together. Got a clean bowl. Let go another couple of seconds. Got a pumpkin shape. You got the slapping and the crackling, the popping. Can you hear that? That's it. We're done. Get some on your hands. And we can just pull the dough out. Water works effectively as well to stop the dough sticking to your hands. You can kind of grab the whole thing. If you need to get it off the spiral, you can turn the bowl a little, pull it off the spiral. And there we go. Mixes 80% clean. This has had half an hour or so. Just going to give it a couple of folds. Done. So we'll just leave that out for a few hours. Going to cling film it, leave it out for a few hours, pop it in the fridge at 5 degrees overnight. Come back to it tomorrow. Right, so this dough did a few hours, 2 or 3 hours out at room temperature, and then it's done overnight in the fridge. Don't want too much flour down, so I need this. So here we are. There you go. Tip that out. There we go. Let it do its thing, don't rush it. Right, so we've got some nicely proofed dough here. Close those. So this is rectangular, as we want it really. We're just going to cut this into 3 now. So go 1, 2. Put on a bit of flour. Don't want it crazy floured, but just needs to not stick. Same with this. Use a bit of this flour, knocking around. Just put them to one side. So there we go. So this is nicely fermented. It's got some air in it, so we don't want to be too rough with it. So this is bulk fermented. To make your baguette, let's get this into view. There we go. You can see that. Let's lower this down a touch. There we go. That's better. Right, so it's a rectangular shape. So what you're doing is pulling and sticking, pulling and sticking, pulling and sticking, and then same again, same again. You're kind of stretching it, creating some surface tension, and then once it's together, you can use a bit more flour. Roll the tips down to get that classic baguette shape, but you're being quite gentle with it, you're not pushing loads, and there we go, got a baguette. Put that to one side. Bit more flour. You get used to just what's the right amount of flour, you know, it's just something you pick up with experience. There we go. Find it sticking a bit, just move a bit of flour around. There we go. 2 baguettes. I don't want mine too long, because just using a home oven. Right, so final baguette onto some flour, make sure it's not sticking, get into a rectangular shape, and then you pull and stick, pull and stick, pull and stick, and then you can pull and stick it again, pull and stick again, pull and stick again, and then you just need to make sure that that seam's closed, and then you can bring a bit more flour in, and you roll in, and you roll that traditional baguette shape, you roll down at the tips, yep, that's it. So we've got our 3 baguettes there. Won't go 2. So they've done their bulk proof. They're now final shaped. Clear some of this off. Now I don't have a baguette cloth. I do have a tea towel. So make your baguettes about the width of a tea towel, yeah? And then I find rice flour is far better for this kind of thing. In your bannetons, everything, it pulls way more moisture out. That's why they tell you to put your mobile phone in rice if you get it wet, because it's just way more. So rice flour that, and then just rub it in. Then we'll go 1. Like I say, I don't want them too long, because they've got to fit in my domestic oven. Obviously, if you've got a decent commercial oven, you can go longer with your baguettes, but then you will need a proper baguette cloth. And then this just keeps them separated, lets them do the final proof, get them nice and straight next to each other. And then what you can do, what I'm going to do as well, I just want the top of the crust to dry out a bit. Makes it easier to score. So just dust down some rice flour, give it a rub-a-dub-dub. And then what that'll do is that'll just suck some last bits of moisture out of it. pull that over there, pull that over there. You can just tuck it in. That's that done. I'm just going to move these. I happen to have a pizza peel, which is perfect for the job. And that's it. They're going to sit there for about an hour now. Crank the oven up to 250 Celsius. Get the stone warm in the oven. A steel's better actually. Stone doesn't quite get hot enough. And we'll give them a cook. See you in a bit. So we've heated our oven up to as high as it'll go, about 250, 260 degrees. There's a pizza stone in there. Steel would be better for a home oven, to be honest, but I happen to have a stone. So what we're going to do now, bring our baguettes over. They've been proofing for an hour. I have a new razor blade here. Pop that there. Let's bring all this a bit further over here so you can see. Let's go down a bit. There we go. Right, there we are. So let's see what we've got in here. There we go. Some nicely proofed baguettes. So we don't have a baguette peel or spatula or whatever you want to call it, so I just flop them out. Same with that one, just flip it, try and get it the right way up, straighten them. Can now do the same with that, just go super gentle with them. So I've got that one. That one, I'm just going to reduce the length a bit because I know that depth is tight in my oven. So there we go. That can go in the wash because it's full of flour now. Let's see. Oh, hold on. There we go. Camera's back to front. It's a bit fiddly. A bit tricky to see what's what. Right. So we have our 3 baguettes. Straighten them up nicely, and then we're just going to do some slashes. Whoops, caught it. So you need to be sort of quick and confident. Give them a final straightening. We'll get some hot water out of the coffee machine. Hot water ready. You can see the oven. There we go. Pop them in. Try not to get any flop over the back edge. And then we have some trays in here. Put some hot water in that. Close it up. 20 minutes. We'll see what we've got in a bit. Okay, so they've been in the oven about 20 minutes now. Looking good. Let's pull them out. There we go. Sourdough. Look at that. Grab the camera. We shall let them cool a touch and then we'll cut them open and we'll show you the crumb inside. So, here are a little drooper on them. They're flopped over the back of the shelf. That's the nicer. So there we go, look at those. Stunning. Smell lovely. Nice bake on them. Let's get a knife out. Let's have a look at that crumb. The most important bit. There we go. You ready? Boom. Look at that. Not bad. All that needs. Bit of country life. Best spreadable butter. Prefer a block, but kids in the house can never be bothered leaving it out to go soft, so this is the best spreadable one. That's some nuts. 2 days work, or a 2-day process, but it's probably only an hour's work, if that. Oh, it's the nuts. Right, catch you later.